weekly Facebook Live where we look at people or talk to people who are inspiring us, who are doing great things for the city of Milwaukee, and really giving us a reason to treasure our environment. And joining me now, Cara Ogburn. She is the artistic director of the Milwaukee Film Festival, and she happens to have a PhD. That impresses me, Cara. Thank you for being with me this afternoon.
Absolutely. It's nice to take a break from the festival and talk about film some more.
Yeah, I know. And we're sort of in the middle of the film festival, which has been a successful event. For people who aren't aware of MKE Film or Milwaukee Film, can you tell us about the nonprofit organization umbrella overseeing this entire event?
Totally. So Milwaukee Film was founded in 2008, presented our first Milwaukee Film Festival in 2009. And since then has only grown bigger and better. And it's all thanks to Milwaukee. Milwaukee really shows up for great cinema. So in 2018, we also took over operation of the Oriental Theater. We now have 2 festivals. We've moved our annual flagship, the Milwaukee Film Festival, here to the spring, which we're in the middle of, until May 5th. So you've got some time. We also present the Cultures and Communities Festival in September, and we do year-round programs for young people and filmmakers, and then, movies every single day at the Oriental Theater.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people probably don't realize that Milwaukee Film, this is a year-round organization, and there are a lot of benefits to being a member. Can you tell us, Cara, how can you be a member and what are the benefits?
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit, right? So we rely on the support of the community to help do all the things that we do. Our members get free movies every month. They get discounts on pretty much everything we do. And then I think the most important thing that our members get is the satisfaction of knowing that they're helping kind of make a difference in Milwaukee, making sure that young people get access to great films, whether that's through field trips to the Oriental Theater, filmmakers going into classrooms. Yesterday, we sent 2 very different filmmakers into classrooms, filmmakers with films in the festival, to just sort of show off, hey, filmmaking is a career. These people maybe look like you, sound like you, are familiar. These are really important opportunities for young people to see creative paths. And then we support local filmmaking. We have a grant program, an accelerator. These are all programs that for us to charge the participants to do them would be really unfair. And so our members help us kind of make up that gap and help elevate film as a convener.
I love the fact that this is an artistic endeavor. And a lot of times when we talk about the arts and films and filmmaking is an art, we are really talking about making society better and understanding different cultures and increasing awareness and education. Can you talk about how important this is in terms of that? Because I think when we see certain films, we can actually, our eyes can be open to an entirely different world.
Yeah, I mean, you are speaking my language. Film, people talk about film as an empathy machine. If you imagine you're sort of stuck for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, you're in a darkened room where all of your senses are really attuned to someone else's experience. And that might be someone else who is a fantastical creature. It might be someone else who is an animal. It might just be someone who lives in a part of the world that's not as familiar. It might be someone who you see a lot of yourself in. And each of those experiences leaves you open to, improving understanding of people who are different from you when you walk out of that theater and when you encounter people and you find that common humanity. And so we see film as a catalyst for that kind of opportunity for change. It doesn't make the change, but it starts it. It holds you open. It opens up opportunities for conversation. And that's what we're trying to do across all of our areas. I mean, whether you see the Batman, and you're like, invigorated in that way, or whether you're seeing something that challenges you with the story of someone who lives right down the block. It's all about kind of opening yourself up to stories of others.
Yeah, it really is. It's a broadening of humanity that, quite honestly, we need these days. Now, Cara, I was at the premiere this weekend of the King and Kana, the 50 years later, and I was at the Oriental. First of all, being able to go back to the Oriental, what a gem, what a treasure.
Mm-hmm. And we spent some time while we were closed, like shining it up for you.
It was so beautiful. It really looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Was, people love just that experience of going to the Oriental, quite honestly.
Yeah, we are so lucky to have that cinema in our city preserved the way it has been. It's never not been a movie theater since 1927. It's always shown movies. A lot of cities tore down those movie palaces, turned them
Yes.
into
Yes.
malls. It got triplex. There's 3 screens now, but we've been able to, and we're so pleased to steward that into the next generation, and make sure it's this. We've had visiting filmmakers call it a cathedral to movie going.
Well,
It's a really special place, and every time we welcome filmmakers there, I like to watch grown people's jaw drop. Because they walk in, these industry people, they're like, oh, I'm a filmmaker, I'm very cool. And then they're
it's like another world. It really is. And we're very lucky to have that. Now, Cara, can you give me a couple of highlights of what's coming up in the film festival that people might want to partake and see?
Well, you mentioned that you were at the premiere of The Exchange, Cacao
That was well attended.
later, Joanne Williams's film. It does have another screening coming up. It's selling quickly. So I want to make sure people know about that and mark their calendars if they need. I'll point out that on Saturday, I'm about to look at my calendar over here. On Saturday, we're hosting a in-cinema screening of Spike Lee's David Byrne's American Utopia, which features a Milwaukeean Angie Swan as a performer. We're hoping for kind of a dance party in the cinema, really dancing along to David Byrne's stage musical in a stage environment. So really kind of a concert experience. That should be a fun one. Our centerpiece film on Friday is really vital. It's the documentary Navalny, which tells the story of Alexei Navalny, the Russian dissident and the assassination attempt. It's a film that's exceptionally important if you want to kind of understand what's happening in Russia currently and our global politics. It's a must see. There's a lot. We've got 284 films. How many do you want me to talk about?
Well, so many are so good, and they're thought-provoking, they're important, and they're relevant. And most importantly, you're going to leave probably educated and knowing just a little bit more about life
educated in like a fun way, right?
Yes,
like an education that doesn't feel like school, an education that feels really immersive. Kids shorts, if you got kiddos, first cinema screening should probably be our kids shorts, size small, animated and stories from around the world, but for really, really young audiences. They're always a good time.
Well, I have to say, I was telling you before we began that your job seems like such a fun job and such an important job. What is the most rewarding part about being able to be a part of MKE Film?
Yeah. And, I think people think, oh, you're Cara, you watch all the films, you get to watch films all day. And I do get to watch
a lot more than that.
A lot of films. But, working with my team, our programming team is exceptionally talented at finding the films that Milwaukee wants to see and helping us get our hands on them and then bringing them to the screen here. We work really collaboratively. It's a joy to collaborate with the team. And then, the perk of getting to go to Sundance from my couch this year, but to watch films and really think about what films Milwaukee needs to see gives me a lot of joy. I love making these experiences that help open eyes and hearts and minds. And so that's something that I'm getting to see the payoff, the fulfillment of. After 2 years of being virtual, I get to welcome filmmakers to our beautiful city, have their jaws drop at the Oriental, and get them to be able to see their film with an audience, which after 2 years is a relief and a joy for everyone involved.
Just to be able to be in person, it's a joy. It really is. Yeah. And if you're just joining me, I am talking to Cara Ogburn, and she is the artistic director of Milwaukee Film and the Milwaukee Film Festival going on right now. And if you have a question or a comment, please join us. We'd love to hear from you. You can put it in our chat on your Facebook page. And Cara, one thing that I am always amazed at is the amount of talent we have in this city, from filmmakers to actors to musicians to dancers. I mean, we just have it all.
Yeah, and Milwaukee loves to celebrate its own. I think, I'm not originally from Milwaukee. I moved here almost 20 years ago. We were just talking August, it's 20 years. I don't know. Do I get
I would say that I would say you pass.
What do I get at 20 years? Do I get my own fish fry? I don't know. But when I first came here, it was something I was struck by is that there weren't a ton of national chains. Milwaukee really loves to make its own things and celebrate its own. And so we try to put that on screen. Our Cream City Cinema program is always one of our best attended programs. We had our first Milwaukee show this past Monday, Our second Milwaukee show is next Monday, and that's a program of all short films made by local filmmakers. It's kind of a variety show. It's got a variety pack of kinds of films, a little bit of something for everyone. And our Milwaukee Youth Show is happening this coming Sunday. So if you're looking at like, well, what's the next generation up to? They are coming. They are ready to tell their stories, to help you tell your stories. It's really very exciting to get to see their work on screen. I should also talk about our Teen Screen program. Our Teen Screen program is programmed by local teens. We give them the reign. They get to program films just like the adults. They do a better job than us half the time. They have a vibrant set of they have 4 features and then a shorts program. That shorts program is actually playing tonight. I think it's at the Times, but confirm that in your schedule. They are selecting the films that they want to see on screen to help tell the stories of young people. So if you care about what young people are telling us about how we care for them, make sure you check out Teen Screen.
Yeah, we can all learn about the next generation because some of us are too old to be a part of it. So
I always say listen to them. I mean, they know just as well, probably better. And they're presenting some challenging things, but challenging in like a good way, like really educating you, opening your eyes. They've some such great films in that program this year.
Yeah, you know what, Cara, I appreciate you giving us some highlights and sharing some information. And for anybody interested in enlightening themselves or entertainment or education or just raising awareness, check out Milwaukee Film. You can actually be a member and get some of these perks that Cara was talking about. So, and if they want to do that, is there a website that they can go to,
Yeah,
Cara?
so our website is mkefilm.org. From there, you can go to our festival site, find tickets and passes and all the goodies about the festival that's going on now through the 5th. You can also navigate to our members page and just join us and get all those perks. Tonight is actually our super secret members only screening, but probably you needed to be a member before today to get in on that list. I think we're full, but every year during the festival, we show you a film and we don't tell you what it is. And I don't even tell our membership manager. And tonight's is cool. So good. I'm so excited.
Oh, a little mystery. Well, that sounds fun. Well, Cara Ogburn, I appreciate you being with us this afternoon, or with me this afternoon on Lunch with Carole. So much happening. And really, if you're out there listening to this Facebook Live, you got to check out Milwaukee Film because there is just a host of goodies waiting for you and your family. Thank you, Cara. And thank you for watching us, everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you at the movies.
Yes.